Welcome back to Radically Rational Radio. In this episode, we're going to jump into the Biden family's business dealings. On Wednesday, we'll hear the special committee come with all the facts, but today we're going to get an early preview. Let's jump into it.
And Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer telling me on Sunday Morning Futures that he will have a press conference on Wednesday, providing the Department of Justice with evidence that the Biden family influenced peddling. Watch this.
So we believe there are a whole lot of accounts that the IRS and the DOJ don't know about because we don't believe they've done a whole lot of digging in this. We know exactly what this family was doing, and by all accounts from the media reports that we're getting, what they're looking at charging Hunter Biden on is a slap on the wrist. It's a drop in the bucket.
Well, these are extraordinary charges that the House Oversight Committee is putting forth. President Biden continues to come to his son's defense.
First of all, my son's done nothing wrong. I trust him. I have faith in him. And it impacts my presidency by making me feel proud of him.
Joining me right now is Texas Congressman, member of the House Oversight and Armed Services Committee, Pat Fallon. Congressman, thanks very much for being here. I know you and your colleagues will be having a press conference on Wednesday. What are you looking at in terms of the Biden family and this influence peddling?
Well, Maria, the bank records tell quite a tale, because first and foremost, what did the Biden family ever provide? What business were they in exactly? What service or goods did they sell? It doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a tremendous amount of shell companies. There's money coming from foreign, competitors of the United States and not our friends by any stretch. And the entire Biden family seems to be in on it. And there's 250 suspicious activity reports that these folks generated from financial institutions. So there's a lot of smoke, and we believe now that there's some fire too.
Well, this is just extraordinary. I mean, where is this going?
Well, I think that you're going to see that the DOJ didn't do any digging and didn't really seriously investigate. We have a senior supervisory special agent from the IRS, highly credible source, telling us that the DOJ, in fact, came to Hunter Biden's defense. We also have a whistleblower from that filled out an FD 1023 form with the FBI that they might have sat on, claiming that there was a direct quid pro quo from Joe Biden himself. So we're trying to answer the question, is the president of the United States a national security risk, and is he compromised?
Can you detail how much money the Biden family actually took in from adversaries?
Oh, it's millions of dollars. And it doesn't make any sense. You know, I'm in business, Maria, you've been in business. Why do you have to set up a tremendous amount of shell companies and have people like Rob Walker wire the money and then break it up into tranches and then wire it to other shell companies and then further shell companies and then finally to the Bidens? They were trying to cover their tracks and they didn't count on James Comer subpoenaing the bank records. It was kind of an end around that worked magnificently well, quite frankly.
Well, it's just extraordinary. We're going to wait for that press conference that you are all having on Wednesday.
You probably think this is where I'm going to rant on how Biden is selling us up the river to China and doing everything he could possibly do to ruin our country while stealing our money. No. I think we can ignore all of that and still have a very sound conversation. As employees, we know that we will make X amount of dollars an hour if we do specific tasks, and that company will provide a service, add value, maybe make something. It's pretty easy to explain what service you're providing and why you're billing for it. Right now we have a president who does have an ill son with a drug problem, a spending problem, and I don't blame Hunter for that. His father has been a powerful man in government his entire life. Hunter Biden has grown up in a lifestyle that we could not understand. The level of freedom and autonomy he has had with no repercussions of his actions, with the benefit of his father as a way of getting into different opportunities, is unfathomable. It would be hard for us to even get an idea of what that's like. This is not to write off his actions. We just really need to understand what we are and how we act, and then measure people against what they do in those moments. If Biden is unaware of his son's mental health and his nature, then that ignorance has no excuse. How can you claim to be a father and know so little about your children? Now, you do know about your children. You're willing to deceive the public with white lies. I can also understand that. It's family business. My son has problems. I am proud of him despite that. Now, when you're asked specifically how your son is making all this money, and there doesn't seem to be a company actually doing anything, and you blatantly say that you're proud of him and you know he's doing a good job while simultaneously saying that you have no idea what his businesses do, the hypocrisy is the problem. It's not that he's a Democrat. Wouldn't matter if he was a Republican. He has no problem lying to you and himself, and that is dangerous regardless of good or bad intentions. Clearly money is being taken from China. The companies of China are clearly getting something worth their money because these dealings have been happening since 2017, probably previously. Regardless of what Hunter Biden is offering, Companies are coming back for more, so they're obviously getting something that they want. And when you have a communist country who has stated on the world stage that they have interest in bringing America down to empower themselves, the American people have a very justified interest in knowing the truth. Hunter Biden is not an American. He is so far removed from normal life that he will never be affected by what happens in America. And with his connections in China, I don't think he'd have a problem, honestly. We can't have politicians profiting through other governments at the cost of our country, even if they don't know they're doing bad, even if they believe they're doing good. This is unacceptable, and we need to shine the light of truth on it. I think it is very possible that Biden never intentionally did anything to hurt America and systematically did everything possible to actually achieve that goal. The cognitive dissonance of feeling like you're doing the right thing and not looking at the outcome of your actions is one of the largest problems in America. We want to feel good rather than be good. We need some pragmatism. We need to look at the outcomes of what we're doing and actually change our actions based on outcomes and not just say we're doing a good job, not just say we feel good. Acceptance is a bad philosophy when you're trying to improve yourself, and it is a dangerous philosophy when you're going downhill and you don't want to see it. We need to not be accepting of things that genuinely hurt our ability to live our lives peacefully, freely, voluntarily. If you disagree and you think you have the right to vote and tell other people how they have to live by force of law and threat of violence, can you at least vote for policies that'll actually help our country and not just ones that'll make you feel like you're helping? Let's actually make a difference. I hope you learned something. I'm Tristan. This is Radically Rational Radio. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay resilient.